Hello guys. Hi, it's Leila Diane Wema again. We are doing our second vlog and I am so excited. I'm so happy on how our viewers are receiving it. It's amazing. I really thank you. Thank you for subscribing, for liking, for sharing, for commenting. Thank you for that space, everyone. Anyway, so we're going to continue with where we left off from episode 1, where our baby was already born. And wow, Manze, that was the best night ever, and it was just magical. Like I said in episode 1, the entire baby cry and everything was just magical. So as soon as I had her cry, she was cleaned up and stuff, and then the nurse and the doctor immediately noticed that she wasn't breathing well. She was gasping for air, and when you looked at her ribs, they were actually like going inside in a very heavy way. And they told me, Leila, your baby is not breathing well. We want to take her to the doctors, and then we get to find out what is going on. So they took her to the NICU unit. This is where they take all the babies who don't breathe well, who have some complications after birth and stuff. So she was taken to the NICU unit and I was taken to the recovery room. As soon as I recovered in the morning, that was around 6 a.m. Then the doctor in charge told me that I can't go see her at that time yet. I would go at 8 a.m. So I waited and went at 8 a.m. When we went to check for her, there were so many beautiful babies in that NICU unit, and we couldn't see her. We searched for her like for 5 minutes and we were not finding her. And then I was in that moment thinking, have they stolen my baby? Where has my baby gone? And then I realized, so when I was actually holding my head and I was in this shock of a place, and then I was like, what's going on? Where is she? She was actually right beside me. And then when I looked at the other side, I noticed that this kid, this hair, these cheeks, why do they look like mine? And then I checked and I was like, which kid is this? Which name is on her arm? And then they checked and they found it was Leila Wema. Man, I looked at her mpaka nikauliza hao madaktari, huyu ni mtoto wangu. she was just beautiful, guys. She was extremely beautiful. She was an angel. Hey, I can't even find the beautiful, the extraordinary exact words to describe her. Her name was Ashel Money. I mean, in full, money meant manifestation. And oh my god, this kid she was everything, you know. And at that point, I found she had been put on oxygen, and then she had all these things on her body. And I asked, well, what is wrong with her? When I gave birth to her, she wasn't like looking too delicate. What is going on? She looks too delicate. And the doctor told me, don't worry, your baby was born with fetal distress, and we are trying to, and then because you stayed in labor for long, she kind of took in the amniotic fluid, so it went to the lungs. That's why she's breathing the way she's breathing. So we are trying to get it all off. We are trying to get the water from her lungs, and also to get her to breathe on her own without support. I breathed in and I just whispered to my baby and I was like, Mama, you have to get better. You have to get better for your mommy. I am here. I am waiting for you. It's you and me against everything in the entire world. So it went on like that. And then the second day, they actually, in the evening they told me to try and feed her, but because she was on oxygen I couldn't carry her and feed her through my breast. So they told me they will put a tube, and then I'll be told the amount of milk to measure for her. So I was actually pumping milk for her in the NICU unit. Oh my god. And then I fed her that night. She was getting better. They removed her from the next day. They removed her from the main oxygen supply. They put her on a very small one now, and then that was like, I felt like she was actually getting better, and the doctors were even like, oh, don't worry, after 3 to 4 days you guys will go home, there's no problem. So I had hope, you know, I had hope. Then the second day I came, she was fine, nini nini. My family came to see her. My cousin was there. She came to the NICU unit. Oh my God, that word, I'm Luo. So they saw her and they were like, oh, she'll get better, nini nini. The third day, guys, the third day, I woke up. On that day, I was so tired. My neck was paining. I was just, the day wasn't just fine, you know. And then at that point is when I just, everything was bad. At 6 p.m. when I went in the evening to feed her, she wasn't breathing fine, and I was told by the doctors not to feed her. They want to see what's wrong. I went back to the ward, came back at 9 p.m. She was gone. I got inside that NICU ward where she was. I found the whatever, the breathing thing was out of her nose. She was all white, too white than she was. She was gone, just like that. She was gone. And I asked the doctors, nini imefanyika, what is happening, why is she not breathing? And I even remember telling the nurse, no, she's just forgotten to breathe, try and bring her back, she's forgotten to breathe. And she was just not there. She was gone, guys. She just left me, just like that. And there's no amount of pain I felt like that day. When I lost my dad, I thought my world had crumbled. The pain I felt, guys. But now, losing my own child on that day, I felt contractions again. I felt contractions all over. I felt like I was having malaria. I felt like I was in a dark, Jesus, what I went through, guys, I can't even wish my worst enemy what I went through, you know. And I had to go through all this. My sisters came at that night. They came by 10. They were there. They were with me. Oh my God, Ida and Molin, I don't know, they were just there with me, you know. And then my sister Josephine, she couldn't even handle it, leave alone my mom. She has pressure issues, she has Nini, but they all came together for my baby. They were there. I went through the darkest thing that any mother, any human can ever go through. Not seeing your baby breathing again, signing that notification that I have found my baby is gone, I have seen her body. Guys, there is nothing painful as writing, I have seen my child's body, she is dead. There's that is just unreal. It's just unreal. But I thank God for all the people that I had in my life. They've been a source of encouragement. They've been a source of reality. My mom actually told me once, Leila, usilie kama mtu mwenye hajui Mungu.